Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests. What are you drinking? Is there anybody here who hasn't heard what the leading health problems of the time are?
Obesity.
Diabetes, heart attack, stroke. They're all huge killers. But new research has pinpointed probably the most deadly thing that's available to us. And it's not fast food, it's not lack of exercise, it's this. Diet pop, or regular undiet pop, sorry. I'd like to start out by saying I have no diatribe, no feud with the Coke people or the Mountain Dew people. It's just so happened that that was what was available to me with research on the internet. And truthfully, all kinds of diet pop, I will say diet, sorry, because I used to be a diet pop junkie. All kinds of soda have pretty much the same evils, if you will. I just picked one that was cola and one that wasn't. So what's the problem with pop, soda, diet or otherwise? It's liquid sugar. Liquid sugar increases glucose levels in your blood, which lead to things like diabetes, high blood pressure, heart attack, and that's for both men and women. But most research available is about men, American men. So that's what I focused on, and I'm calling it North America's because we're not really far behind. Harvard's Public School of Public Health conducted a study over 22 years which showed that consuming just one 12-ounce can daily, one 12-ounce can daily can lead to a 20% risk in males of a heart attack. As you might expect, no results for females exist in this study. Lawrence de Koning, who is also from the Harvard School of Public Health, found that by just dropping this one can of soda per day, even if you drank 5 cans ordinarily, if you dropped it to 4, you decrease your high blood pressure levels. A study for women found one. A study for women, which was entitled The Nurse's Health Study and conducted over 20+ years, also linked soda consumption with high rates of heart disease in women. A study done of 2,600 adults, done by those two organizations combined, showed that those that consumed the soda regularly and switched to diet soda were still 40% more likely to have heart attacks or strokes. And this group contained both men and women. In front of you, you'll see a handout with some numbers and facts and figures on it. Again, I point out that I have no diatribe with any particular Coke or any particular pop brand. I just used what was available. And what I found shocked me, actually. This is your regular can size of Coke. And it has 10 teaspoons of sugar. 10 teaspoons of sugar. Hand that around. For those of you who aren't kitchen-oriented, the gentlemen among us, this is a teaspoon. You scoop with it and you level it off, and there are 10 of those in this can. If that wasn't bad enough, which I found shocking actually, but if that wasn't bad enough, here we have what amounts to 35 milligrams of soda, or salt. This is salt. This is 1.5 times the daily allotment for adults. 1.5 times. And we think that the highest rate of consumption of colas Mountain Dews, Sprites, ginger ales are young people. Just imagine what this is doing to them. And I don't need to imagine it because I saw it for myself. On a trip Andrew and I took to the United States, we stopped into Friendly's, I think it was, for lunch. And there on a stool sat a young man. Actually, he was sitting on 2 stools. And I sort of looked and went, oh my, and came around past him. He might have been 16. And he was sitting on 2 stools. What's happening? What's happening is we're poisoning our children. This one is 12 ounces. It contains 16 teaspoons of sugar. You're surprised how heavy this is. And the other most common size is this one. Nobody drinks one of these, you say, at a time? Have you ever seen those big Slurpee things? They're this. They're this. And in that one, we have 20 teaspoons of sugar. So we have all these different containers. But you want to see the saddest container of all, the most harmful container of all, when you put soda in it? It's this one. Anybody been to a mall or a fair or a party and seen a baby in a stroller with Coke in their bottle? Brains don't finish forming until the person is 24 years old. If you've been putting this stuff into your children or your grandchildren, imagine what it is by the time they've turned 24 when they've started here. So the next time you're doing anything like that, and you're out having an evening or a day, the best thing you can do for yourself is this. Whether it comes in a bottle, whether it comes out of the tap, wherever it comes from, this, a bottle of water, is what is the best thing for you. So although I'd like to see everybody give up soda altogether, I'm not so naive to know that that's going to happen. If anything I've said has caused you to do that, I'll be happy. But what I am asking you to do is stop feeding this to your children and grandchildren. Reduce your intake by yourself, by 1 can or 1 glass per day. Your body will thank you for it, and you'll live longer. Thank you.